Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick look over a few concepts for intermediate design mining craft. We have three different vessels to look at today. Well, two and one more or less attachment vessel. First here is a basic concept miner that you'll see a lot of people using a variant of this here. What you do is basically build the ship up in the center of a mining rig, having evenly spaced drills. And what it does is it bores a nice clean hole, as you can see here. It just lets you shoot right through. It's the same concept as our standard miners, our lower craft, but this is for obviously pulling a heck of a lot more ore out. Now I've gone ahead and cut off some of the plating on this variant of it, which is just another copy of it really, to show you what we have. You'll see in comparison we have two large reactors total. I've cut the other one off altogether to give you a better inside view. And inside you'll see it's got three large cargo containers set up to a connector system, a battery backup, and it's got a total of 4 gyros, one on each end of the battery. Now we'll go back over to the complete one here so you can get an idea of how the thrusters are set up. Now I do use both small and large for the forward thrust. The large of course is to get you around as fast as possible, but the small ones there are pretty much for maneuvering and keeping you stable in any kind of situation where you might have end up losing one of these main thrusters. As you can tell, it's only meant to dock through the connector. Now I've put some bracings here on the rig itself. What happened is you'll probably notice in the hole there on the bottom left, there's a few odd spots where in the two other variants I tried to mine through with, without the supports, the bottom left ended up getting ripped off each time this one drill here. So I went ahead and braced it and tested it again, and it seemed to work much better that way, so it's definitely a good idea to have an armor brace, which is basically just an armor block row that connects to the body and then the end of the conveyors or the drills. Now it looks a bit complex, but it's really just simple conveyor pathing here, using a lot of small conveyor blocks and tubing. Now, what I like to do here is to make a group, search for the item, click on the first one, hold down shift, click on the last one, then name your group. That will group those items together so that when you go to add to your toolbar, you can go to your groups, you can right click on the group, and for mining you want to do with a toggle block on off. That lets you toggle it on so they are constantly running and then off again. This will really just help save you from having to hold down the button to mine the whole time. And that way you can just go right in. Now with this set up, I have been able to consistently and effectively mine a straight wall all the way through at about 1 to 2 meters per second. I would not go much further than that because you put too much pressure, you're going to not cut everything up on your way in and end up crashing into it basically and damaging your drills. Now, next we have the attachment here. This is using a large ship base, because you cannot put gravity gens on a small ship base as yet. What I did with this is I connected that miner to the end here by a connector. I slaved a group for all the thrusters on the large accessory here, and would turn them off so that the gyro stabilizer would not force it to conflict with how I'm trying to tow it. What you do is you tow it to have this facing the area you're going to mine, and these two spherical gravity generators will pull any loose debris from your mining, straight over here and into these collectors and into the large cargo container there. It's just a real easy way to get all the extra scraps. Alright, now off to our last ship here. It's the cannibalized version, so we'll go to the complete one. Now this is an asymmetrical design miner. Probably not as efficient as the previous ship we just went over, though it is more stylish, I would think. Basically, your thrusters and most everything exist here in the main housing. It's got several large... Oops, I've actually cut the engines off on that. Let me go ahead and re-add those. Alright. So it has 4 large cargo containers in it, which I'll show you the inside in a moment here. You can see the bracing arm that goes over and then braces up. And the idea with this is that you can pretty much just go up to the side of an asteroid and just dig your way all the way through it. Just keep going back and combing bits off of it. Now you'll see that there is a camera set up here, and that's pretty much center of the rig, so that way you can see where you're lined up at. And on the docking segment there is also a camera set up recessed back enough so you'll see the X turn yellow when you have a positive lock option. This here is the testing of it. That was one pass. It was not all the way over, so I actually didn't get all the drills to run. The ones closest to the cockpit were out of range, but you get an idea of how that works. And that one, again, going about 2 meters per second, it went through fairly quickly. It wasn't but 2 minutes to cut through that. Now, you can see it opened up here. We've got 2 large cargo containers, battery, and there's 6 gyros over here. The 2 large conveyors that just help have kind of a redundancy loop in case one of these cargo containers gets damaged, because the cargo containers are set up in such a way to automatically be connected to each other. Oh, our camera floating there. Our 1 large reactor. The other 2 cargo containers connecting to the connectors, of course. And then our tubing going out into the drill rig. And of course you'll see this one's loaded up with spotlights and ore detectors, antennas. It's more of a stylish design. It's not so much less effective than the original design I showed you in the video, the first design rather. Just a different approach to it. The advantages you would probably have with this design over the other is that with this, if you had any sort of catastrophic failure or were attacked while mining, your ship would already be able to maneuver away without having to back out of a hole. As with the typical miner design, as with the first design there, if you have any kind of failure, you're going to have to basically shut everything down and slowly start to reverse yourself out. And of course, in survival mode, where you do not have a spectator view option, that can be quite hazardous or require you to invest extra resources in additional camera systems and redundant camera systems throughout the ship. Alright, so that's some examples of intermediate mining craft design. I hope it was helpful and inspires you to try a few things out yourself. And of course, I'll go ahead and upload these to the workshop shortly. And as always, have a good day.